Hey everybody, and welcome to this new book haul video. I'm Inxlaura123, and in this video I'm going to be showing you some new books that I've got recently. So hope you'll enjoy watching. If you do, please click like, comment, share, and please subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Also, don't forget to smash the notification bell to all notifications. Then you can see when I'm doing live streams and also when I've uploaded new videos. So hopefully during this video you'll get some ideas for books that you'd like to read yourself. Whenever I watch other people's book hauls, like literally I'm like, oh, I want to read that now, I want to read that now, I want to read that now. Like, it always gives me lots of ideas. So I hope my book haul videos, or any book related videos that I do on this channel, give you some bookish ideas and recommendations. Okay, so I'm going to stop rambling and show you. So some of these books are from the library and some of these books are new. And I've also got one proof copy that has been sent to me as well, which is really cool. Okie dokie, so let's get started. Now, the first book that I'm going to show you, I actually had turn up today. I pre-ordered this back in February and I'm very excited. It is the brand new book from Richard Osman. So this is number 4 in the Thursday Murder Club mystery series. I've read all the others, absolutely love them. Like, I collect them. They're just amazing. If you like your cozy mysteries with a bit of humour as well, check out the series. It's so good. I suppose you could read them as standalones, but I think it works better if you read them kind of as a series from the beginning, and then you get to know like the backstories of the characters and things like that. But they're just so much fun to read. I love them. This is the Waterstones exclusive edition. So we've got the sprayed edges at the side there, and it is signed. I don't think you can get hold of the signed copies anymore. You can still get the exclusive edition, the ones with the sprayed edges, but this is actually signed by the one, the only Richard Osman, which is here. Honestly, I'm such a geek. I get really excited about things like that. So yeah, he's such a good writer, like, seriously. Oh, I've just seen it says includes bonus material as well. I didn't even realise that. I literally just thought it was the sprayed edges and the signature, but there we go. There is bonus material, so that's pretty cool. Underneath the dust jacket, so I'll show you of that. Go with the purple theme with this book, I think. So anyway, I don't really want to kind of say too much about this book, because if you've not read the others, as I say, you could, I suppose, read them as standalone mysteries, but it's just better if you read the whole lot, because you get to know the characters and other sort of cases that they've got involved in. But let's just say it's good to have my friends back. Honestly, these characters feel like friends to me. They're older characters and you get to know about their lives, and also they're solving, mysteries at the same time. Like, I just love this series so much. My favourite character has to be Joyce. I think she's just adorable. She makes me laugh all the time. But yeah, I'm really happy about this one. So yeah, this is The Last Devil to Die by Richard Osman, out now. Go grab your copy. Like, it's just great. It says 4 unlikely friends, a murder close to home. Welcome to the Thursday Murder Club. Now, actually, I think this is going to be a film as well. I think the series has been turned into a film as well, which is really cool. I wonder who they get to play like the different characters and stuff. Anyway, so that's the first book. The next one is also new. I pre-ordered this as well. This is Every Exquisite Thing by Laura Stephen. I love this cover. It's so cool. But look at the sprayed edges. That is so pretty. So you got like purple and blue and pink flowers there on the sprayed edges. I love a sprayed edge on a book, right? Whenever I get a book and it's got sprayed edges, I'm like, oh, I geek off. Like, I'm so excited. But then I see a thing on my bookcase, they're just like this. You don't have them around that way. I suppose some people might have their books around that way, but for me, like, I always have them just lined up so I can see the title and stuff. But yeah, you don't really get to see them. I suppose when you're reading them, I get the sort of pleasure of just seeing the sprayed edges when I'm reading them and stuff. But anyway, this is a retelling, reimagining of the very famous Dorian Gray story. And yeah, obviously Waterstones exclusive edition, so you get the sprayed edges, but it's also signed by Laura Stephen. Really cool. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, like, I really am fascinated by the whole Dorian Gray thing. So when I heard that she was doing a retelling of it, like a reimagining and stuff, I was like, I need to check this out. So yeah, seductive exploration of beauty, identity, and what the pursuit of perfection can truly cost. Yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I know I say that about every single book I have, which is true. I am excited to read them all. But as I say, the whole Dorian Gray thing, like, it's just fascinating for me. So yeah, really pretty sprayed edges. All I keep saying in this video is sprayed edges. Sorry. All right, so let's go to a library book now. Now, is it too early to read Christmas books? Because like we're only in what, September? I don't know. Probably a little bit. I'm saying that though. It's like some people read Christmas books all throughout the year. Like they'll read them in January, February. So look, you know, who am I to judge people? If you want to read a Christmas book, so what? Like read them whenever you want. For me, like for example with horror books, I read horror books all year round. Whereas some people only, you know, kind of read spooky horror books in like, you know, the month of October because of Halloween and stuff. So, you know, read what you want. But normally I don't tend to read Christmassy books until that kind of December time. But I really wanted to read this. It is Tessa Bailey's Window Shopping. And a few people who I follow on social media and stuff, like bookish people, have said this is so good, so cute, so funny. And I really love the cover as well. I think she's this girl and she's, hold on, I'm standing alone in front of the famous Vivant department store when a charming man named Aidan asked my opinion of the decor. It's a tragedy in tinsel, I say. God. Unable to lie, he asked for a better idea with a twinkle in his eye. Did I know he owned the place? No, he put me on the spot. Okay, so she's kind of slagging off the window decorations and stuff and everything, and he owns it. I think he takes her on to kind of, you know, if you think you can do better, go on then. That kind of vibe. There's obviously going to be this romance. I don't know what it is, but I've really gotten into my romance books recently. I've always liked romance books. Like, I've not been anti-romance books or anything, like, but they've just not been one of my favourite genres. I do prefer like thrillers and fantasies, horror. But this year has been the year of the romance for me. I'm really interested when it gets to the end of the year and I go through my books that I've read and everything in the year. How many romance books there's going to be? Because there's going to be quite a lot. And I've really enjoyed them, actually. But yeah, this one sounds super cute, super fun. And I know it's Christmassy. Got all the Christmas presents there. But there it is. There it is. Okay, let me know in the comments section, by the way, if you ever read a Christmas book when it's not like Christmas time. So, yeah. Okay, make me feel less alone. Right, so the next book I picked up from the library, I'm a bit, I'm not sure about this. I was going to buy this one, and then I was like, I'm not sure. I'll check if the library have got it. So it was one of those books where I kind of want to read it, but I don't want to buy it, if that makes any sense. Like certain books I buy, I know I want to read, and others that I don't buy and I try and look up and just get free from the library. It's because I'm not sure. So I have read this author previously. Sorry, the book is called Fair Rosaline by Natasha Solomons. I started to read her other book, which was I, Mona Lisa. That was weird. It was a weird book. I started to enjoy it and then it got really weird and I just DNF'd it. So I've like, whenever I've DNF'd a book from an author, I do get a little bit like apprehensive about reading more books from them, but I suppose you're not going to like everything from the authors that you read, you know, so I always give them another chance if I like the sound of another book they've done. Anyhow, this one says, before Romeo loved Juliet, he loved Fair Rosaline. So this is a reimagining, retelling of who, you know, obviously from Romeo and Juliet, who Romeo was kind of into beforehand. I don't know, I just thought it was an interesting kind of concept, because you never think, you always know of them two and their love and all that, but you don't, like, what if they did have like people that they liked beforehand? I don't know, I thought it was quite an intriguing thought. It says here, the greatest story of all time was a lie. So I don't know if this like Rosaline is going to be nice or horrible, or is Romeo horrible or nice? I don't know. Where does Juliet come into it? Or I don't know, it just kind of intrigued me. So yeah, I got that out from the library. By the way, I love going to my local library. I know I do buy books, obviously, you know, but I do love using my local library because I love the library. It's such a great place. Like, I go in there, I sit and read, or I just walk around looking at the books and stuff. I find it a place that really calms me down and kind of centers me. We've got a massive library in Southend, where I'm from, by the way, and like there's just so many books there and it's really spacious. And yeah, if I'm feeling stressed, I just go and sit in the library for a little while and it just kind of chills me out a little bit. So anyway, yeah, I love my library. Anyhow, right, so the next book, I'll also do another library book here. This is Louise Mumford's The Hotel. Really cool cover, by the way. Now, this book has really intrigued me. I keep saying intrigue now. Sorry. Really interested me since I first heard about it. So I entered about 2 or 3 contests to win this on social media. I kept seeing like giveaways and I kept entering and never won. I know, it's sad. Get the violins out. I have actually won some book giveaways online, but I didn't win the one for this one. So when I saw they had it new at my library, I was like, I'm going to get that one. So yeah, Louise Mumford's The Hotel. It says, you swore you'd never come back, now you might never leave. This is a thriller with like a kind of paranormal vibe to it as well. 4 of them went to the hotel, only 3 of them come back, and 10 years later they return one last time. Yeah, I love the setting as well. It sounds really cool. It's an eerie abandoned hotel perched on steep cliffs on the Welsh coast. It's called Ravencliff. But yeah, I think there's going to be like a bit of possible like ghost hunting and stuff, if I remember rightly, and trying to find out what happened, blah, blah, blah. I just really love books about hotels. Like it's one of those things that I love. There's a few things that I love reading about, right? Hotels and like theatre and circuses, magic, like weird. I've never been to a circus, but I love reading about circuses. And I do, you know, obviously in my life I've stayed at a few hotels over my life, but like I don't know why I'm so like obsessed. And I also really am obsessed with books that are like social media kind of thriller based kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. But yes, this sounds really cool, and yeah, I'm excited to read it. And so, you know what, I didn't win the giveaway, but I still got it anyway. Right, next book I did purchase. Now this, oh my god, I love the sound of this so much. 13 Chilling Stories to Savour. A Taste of Darkness. So the cover here is really cool, and obviously in the middle you've got all the authors who are featured in this book. So it's like a collection of short stories with a kind of creepy horror vibe, spooky vibe. I love my horror, I love spooky stories and stuff. So yeah, I have to say though, whenever I've read a collection of short stories, I've always found that some I really, really love, and then there's some that I just hate. Like there's never really in between for me with like collections. I'm hoping this one will change. I'm hoping I will like all of the said stories in here. And to be fair, I have read a lot of these authors. I haven't read all of them, but I've read a lot of them, and I have liked their books. So that kind of gives me a bit of hope. So who have we got? We've got Amy McCaw, who I love her vampire books. We've got Maria Kuzner, who I do recognise, but I'm not sure if I've read before. Kat Dunn I've read, Kat Ellis I've read, we've got Catherine Foxfield I've read, Rachel Fattori I don't think I've read. Now I love Dawn, oh, sorry I'm so useless at pronunciation, Dawn Kurtagacha. Anyway, yeah, I have read her book before. Ooh, really creepy that one was. Amy McCulloch I've read, Cynthia Murphy, oh I love Cynthia Murphy's books, and Melinda Salisbury, love her books. Not heard of Louis Stowell, but you know, I'm up for giving them a chance. Rosie Talbot I've read, and Mary Watson I've read as well. So it's a good start that I've read some of these authors, and they just, honestly, the stories just sound so cool, like the titles of them. So we've got How to Disappear, The House with Teeth, Come Find Me, The Wolf and the Witch, St. Clover, The Visit in Grey, and The Waters Crept In. The Party, The Chiming Hour, Something Wicked, The Midnight Kiss, The Beast and the Beast. Okay. Until Death Do Us Part. This is going to be good. I honestly think if you're looking for like a Halloween spooky read, and if you're not like me and read horror all year round, like I would definitely recommend this, because it sounds like it's going to be spooky. It says 13 nightmare-inducing stories from the queens of YA suspense. Darkness. Deep in the darkness, a place of secrets, demons and danger. Rumours lurk of vampires, forgotten creatures and shadows. Keep your fear at bay, never look back, enter with caution, surrender yourself and scream, but nobody will hear you. So there we go. That sounds freaking awesome. Okie dokie, right, so the next book I've got, From Horror to Romance, back with a romance. This is a YA romance from the library I picked up called The Love Match by Prikana Taslim. I hope that's how you say it, I'm really sorry. But yeah, really super cute cover. It says 3 hearts, 2 choices, 1 perfect match. I don't know how this is going to be, like it does seem a little bit young for me. By the way, I do read a lot of YA, so I know obviously I'm not the target audience. I'm 44, but you know, I still read a lot of YA, and I think a lot of adults do read YA, so I've got no qualms about that. But sometimes some YAs seem a bit younger than others, if that makes sense, like the characters, conversation, etc. And I had a little like sneaky peek at this book, and I was like, is this going to be a little bit too young? But I'm going to give it a go, because it does sound really cute. It's like a little bit of a kind of love triangle. She's torn between these 2 guys, her head and her heart. Like, it just sounds really cute. It's yeah, how many pages? Quite chunky actually, 383-ish. So yeah, for a paperback. It's quite chunky. But we're going to see. We're going to see how it goes. When I'm in the mood for a romance, I know I've got that out. Okie dokie. Next room. I said the next room because the book is called The Confession Room. So I had the word room in my mind. Sorry. This is by Leah Middleton. Oh my God. This sounds so dark and so like messed up. And I had to get it because I like dark and messed up books. It says dark and original with a brilliantly shocking ending. Gotta love a shocking ending. I need to confess to murder. I just haven't committed it yet. Oh, God. So I'd never heard of this book anywhere, but I just went on the library website and they've got this section of like new books that have just come in and you can click and collect them basically. And I saw this book. I was intrigued by the cover. I don't even know why because there's not much happening, but it's just like this chair and this door and it's like, I don't know why. I was like, that just looks a bit, what's it about? So I clicked on it and then when I read about it, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to read this. So it says, welcome to the confession room as an anonymous, there we go, you're joking me, as an anonymous, thank you, put my teeth in, online forum for admitting your sins. Okay, so yeah, it's an online forum where you go in and you just confess your sins. It says some confess to affairs, others to stealing, some share very deep, dark wishes, and for former police officer Emma Haynes, reading strangers' secrets is the perfect distraction from her past. But one day, Amelia stumbles on the darkest confession yet, murder. At first it seems like a hoax until a body is found and then another victim is named. Amelia can't look away. How are the victims linked? Who is confessing to murder so publicly? And how do you catch a serial killer who is hiding in plain sight? Oh my God. I mean, come on. Anyone who's watching, fellow like thriller fan, I mean, come on, how could I not have got that book out? I need to read this now. And it kind of is, like, interesting, like, the thought, I nearly said intriguing again, but I stopped it. But it is interesting, like, the thought of this kind of online forum where you just go on, you know, no one knows who you are, and you just confess sins, and, oh my God, like, whew. You know, what would you confess? If you was in the confession room, what would you confess? Let me know down below. Let me know down below. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Right, we've got 2 left and I'm also going to talk about my current read as well. So, don't forget, by the way, please click like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. Really, really appreciate that. Check out Minx Laura 123 ASMR, my other channel. Links down below, as are all the links to my social media, so come and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok and Goodreads. Yeah, if you're a bookworm, obviously, check me out on Goodreads. And I do have a throwing wish list if you want to spoil me or treat me. Links down below as well. Okay, we're going to carry on now. A Game of Life or Death by Triona Campbell. This is a YA kind of, I don't know, it kind of gives me Divergent vibes. I'm not sure I'm going to keep this book because I've kind of read something similar recently and I'm like, So what I do, I don't know if you do it as well. When I get my library books, I do like little tasters. I'll sit there with the library books in a big pile in front of me and a cup of tea normally, and I just like literally read like the first chapter or first few pages, what have you, just to kind of get a feel for it. And I know that, you know, sometimes you start a book, you don't like it, halfway through you're like, oh, it's great now, you know, it just takes the time to warm into the story. But with me normally, like I'd say 8 times out of 10, like I'm going to know if I'm going to like it or not, if it's going to get me gripped, if I'm interested in it, you know. So that's what I'm going to kind of do with this one, because I'm not sure. It is, I think it's a bit of a thriller, but it's also, I don't really know when I got this and why I got this. I just went on my pile of library books to do this video and I was like, I don't remember getting this out. I thought it was like a Divergent, but now I'm looking at the back of it. It says an electrifying murder mystery with a non-stop twist and a romance. So I'm really confused. All right, well, I'll have to give that a go then, because I'm completely wrong. I thought it was something that it wasn't. Maybe the title kind of confused me. A Game of Life or Death. Strange. Anyway, right, so that's that one. The other one is a proof copy that I received from the publishers. So thank you very, very, very much to Simon & Schuster who sent me this. I'm very excited. I love getting proof copies and stuff. This is Thieves Gambit by Kavion Lewis. Loving the cover. Loving the red sprayed edges. I know I'm going on about sprayed edges again. Sorry. But yeah, many will play, one will win. This is, honestly, I actually really like the sound of this. It says it's a deadly heist, a dangerous love. Would you play the Thieves Gambit? Rosalind Quest was raised by a legendary family of thieves with one rule: trust No one. She plans to escape the glamorous world of heists and double crosses when a kidnapping leaves her mother's life hanging in the balance. In a desperate bid to save her family, Ross enters the Thieves Gambit, a cutthroat international competition to crown the world's greatest thief. To win, she must outwit her backstabbing competitors, including her long-time arch nemesis. But can she steal victory from the handsome boy who makes a play for her heart? And who might be hiding the most dangerous secret of all? So there's a little bit of romance as well. I love that idea of like these group of like people, and they're all like thieves and bad peoples, and they're all like competing against each other, and I don't know, it just sounds really different. So yeah, thank you very much. Got the press release here, which also come with this like little letter from the author, which I think is really cool. And they explain about themselves and obviously why they started writing the story. And at the end it says, hope you enjoy my book, my adventure. I've been thinking about it for a very long time. It's just fun, like the idea of someone, you know, having that story since they were young and then turning it into a, you know, an actual book and it being out in the real world. Like, respect. I would love to do that. You know, I always wanted to be a writer when I was younger. It was just one of my dreams. Like when I was younger, I was like write stories all the time. And as I got older, I don't know, I found it harder to do that. I just got distracted easily and things were in my mind and I couldn't switch off. Or I'd think of some really good characters, but not the story. Or I think of a story and not the characters. Like it just didn't work. I've tried to write longer stories. I've tried to write short stories. I don't know, it just doesn't work for me now. But when I was a kid, honestly, I used to write stories all the time and I loved it. So I have to kind of put my mind, you know, imagine I was one of these people who gets their imagination, their story to life, like in a book. Like, it's so amazing. I've got so much respect, like, for authors and stuff. Anyway, I'm going off on one. I'm sorry. Oh my. Right, so the last book I want to show you, it is a kind of newish book. I think I showed it in my last book haul, so it's not new, but it's newish. But this is my current read, and I tell you what, I have literally jumped on the hype train with this book. When it comes to really hyped up books, I don't know about you, but like when they're really, really popular and everyone's raving on about, I mean, it's kind of like off-putting in a way, because I'm like, if everyone's saying how good it is, you know, am I not going to like it? Because I do find that a lot, like certain books that I've heard so much about and that are really promoted and talked about, I'll get them and I'll just be like, oh, this is a bit of a letdown. For example, I know Lessons in Chemistry, everyone loved it and raved about it. I was like, Yellow Face as well, wasn't that keen on that. So, you know, I have that a lot. And I do sort of get paranoid, like, is it me? Why am I not enjoying this book? Everyone else seems to love this. I don't. And then I kind of get put off it. So this was the case with this one. And I nearly didn't read it, but I eventually thought, you know what? I do want to read this book. So I want to say a big shout out and thank you to my lovely friend Ems. Mwah, blow kiss for you, because she'd gift me this book. So thank you for gifting me it. I tell you what, Ems, I'm loving it. I keep telling her in all my comments, she leaves me comments on my videos, and I reply back to what she said, and I keep going, by the way, I love Fourth Wing. By the way, I love Fourth Wing, because I'm honestly so ecstatic about it. So yes, this is the very hyped up book, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I think my lovely friend Kate over at Mini Book Chats, I think she sort of DNF'd this, or she didn't really enjoy it. I can't remember, but I know she wasn't that keen on it. But I'm loving it. Honestly, it's so good. I love this book so much. I love it so much. Sometimes when I've read books, I'll keep them in good condition and then I'll pop them on eBay to obviously, first of all, get a bit of money back for myself so I can make more books, and also so other people get the chance and opportunity to read the book for a bit cheaper than they'd get it in Waterstones, right? Let's be honest. However, this book ain't going nowhere. If it's a book that really means something to me and I've really enjoyed and I've loved the characters, or it's a series that I'm really wanting to, you know, carry on with, I will keep them in my bookcases and stuff. This one is staying. This is not going on eBay. It's my baby. I love it, honestly. So Fourth Wing, brutal games, grumpy dragons, sizzling sexual tension. I am loving this book so much. The only thing I don't like about it, because there has to be a negative, because it's me and I'm like an ultra negative moany person, is that it's so chunky. It's a big book. It's like, I think nearly 500 pages, and it's like a brick. Like seriously, when I'm holding it, like it's like doing my weight training. But I'm going to get some like muscles after reading this. But yeah, no, I knew it was a big book. And to be fair, there are bigger books out there as well. But I don't know what it is. Big books intimidate me. But I'm loving it so, so much. I'm currently on page 233. So I think I'm halfway-ish, nearly kind of halfway. But yeah, it's got dragons, it's got war, it's got romance, it's got friendship, it's got family, it's got dragons. I was going to say, but I already said it, I'll say it again, it's got dragons. I love the dragons. I've just literally kind of been introduced to the dragons in the book, so I'm like, yeah. I love the main character, Violet. She's just adorable, and I'm really rooting for her, and she's like, you know, oh, anyway, so that is my current read, and I really recommend it. If you're into your YA fantasy, check out Fourth Wing. It's so good. The new one comes out, I think, in November, so I'm going to go and pre-order that in a bit on Waterstone's website, because I don't know if they're doing a special edition or it's just a basic normal edition, but I've got to have it. Okay, if I'm reading number 1 and I'm loving it like this, I need to know that number 2 is ready for me in November to get here in my hands. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I've given you some ideas for books you'd like to read. As I say, don't forget, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please comment and share and subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. And I do have a new podcast that I want to tell you about quickly. I need to keep pimping it out, promoting it. But yeah, I've got a brand new podcast. It's called Strange Happenings with me, Minx Laura 123, and it's all about paranormal, supernatural, anything weird, spooky, creepy, unexplained, like cryptids and monsters and scary stuff, and yeah. So you can listen to my podcast here on YouTube. If you go to my front page of this channel, scroll along to the podcast section and you'll find the episodes and the trailer there. Also, you can listen to it on Spotify or iTunes, wherever you get your podcast from. Please search Strange Happenings, Minx Laura 123, and it will come up. So enjoy. Let me know what you think, by the way, if you like it. Right, I'm going to go and tidy these books because they are all over the floor. And then I'm going to go make a nice cup of tea and sit and read Fourth Wing. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Happy reading, and let me know what you're reading in the comments section down below. I love to know like bookish stuff about you. Alright everyone, bye!